And one man is dead following a fire at an apartment building early Sunday morning. It was a desperate situation as firefighters worked to get everyone out, but one of the residents later died at the hospital. Our Grace Blanchard was on the scene and has the latest.
An Old Town resident has died after succumbing to injuries from a structure fire that broke out at an apartment building early Sunday morning.
We had one occupant that we were able to get out immediately, and we were looking for a second. Crews were able to take the second occupant out, and he was transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Officials
have identified the deceased as 71-year-old Banton Foster. According to the Old Town Fire Department, crews responded to the scene around 5 a.m. Upon arrival, they discovered heavy fire from the backside of the building, resulting in significant damage to the second floor.
We had the fire under control relatively quickly. Complete extinguishment took about an hour, but we were able to knock it down and make access to get the second individual out relatively quickly.
Officials say the downstairs apartments were not occupied. However, crews helped a female occupant from one of the upstairs apartments as she proceeded to escape from a second-story window by using an extension cord.
She was assisted by Old Town Police when they arrived, and they were able to help her get down the extension cord out of the window.
Stillwater Avenue was closed from College Avenue to Bennick Road for several hours as crews worked to put out the fire. The cause of the fire is under investigation by the State Fire Marshal's Office. In Old Town, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Police say 3 synagogues across Maine were targeted by bomb threats over the weekend. Authorities confirm all 3 were hoaxes and there is no threat to the public. Police in South Portland say staff at Congregation Beth Am on Westbrook Street opened an email around 8:30 Sunday morning that said multiple bombs were on site and would be going off within a couple of hours. Children who had arrived for Sunday school were evacuated and parents were called. By the time South Portland police went through the building, they learned that there was the same threat made and sent to Beth Israel in Bath, as well as Temple Beth El in Augusta. Police officials say the email came from a server that hides the sender's name, but they will continue to investigate and try and identify that sender. The murder trial for 2 suspects accused of killing a Perry woman continues today in Washington County Superior Court. Donald Dana and Callie Brackett have been accused of murdering Kimberly Neptune in April of 2022. With the state's case now rested, the defense began questioning witnesses on Friday. One of those witnesses to take the stand was the mother of Donald Dana. She answered questions about Dana's activities in the days leading up to Kimberly Neptune's murder, including Dana having spent time at her house during that time. According to a police affidavit, Dana and Brackett had planned to steal drugs and money from Neptune before she was stabbed more than 400 times. Breakfast was cut short for some people Sunday morning after a vehicle struck a restaurant in Bangor. Bangor Police and Fire responded to the Denny's parking lot around 10:30 after receiving reports that a vehicle hit the front of the building. Police say an individual was attempting to park and accidentally stepped on the gas instead of the brake. The driver then reportedly backed up and turned and stepped on the gas again and proceeded to strike 4 vehicles in the parking lot. Police say no injuries were reported. According to a witness whose vehicle was among those hit, restaurant goers began scrambling after hearing what many described as a loud bang.
I was getting my slumber jack. I was ready to eat, and next thing you know, there you go, a big boom. I mean, a boom that it was unexpected. I thought it was maybe an engine blow up or something.
Police say several of the vehicles had to be towed from the scene. The restaurant did remain open the rest of the day and suffered minor damage. The damage to the vehicles is expected to be several $1,000s in total. Mainers are getting hit by another storm. Asia Reed found out how the state prepared and why previous storms may have set this one up to cause more damage.
Sunday night into Monday, Mainers are bracing for strong winds and heavy rain with the potential threat of flooding and power outages. Central Maine Power spokesperson John Breed says this is the 4th storm to hit in just 4 weeks. Wind is one of this storm's greatest threats.
We could see gusts up to 60 miles per hour along the coast, but we have our crews pre-staged and we'll be ready to respond if storm damage does occur.
Breed says they have a few hundred line and tree crews ready to take action, though heavy winds do create some safety challenges.
We cannot put crews up in wind speeds that are greater than 30 to 35 miles per hour, depending on the work they're doing.
If crews have to wait out the high winds, Breed says they'll help clear blocked roads from trees and down lines.
If there is a down power line, do not go near it, notify us so we can make it safe. No line is ever safe to touch.
Right now, the soil is wet and soggy from our last few storms, potentially causing trees to have weaker root systems.
Could create some problems for the trees,
which could cause trees to come down. With high winds, you might want to consider taking in any outdoor holiday decorations so they don't break or blow away.
It looks like Mainers will get a bit of a break after all. Last week we told you the IRS was planning to tax the winter energy relief payments, and that had caused the Maine Commissioner of the Department of Administration and Financial Services to send a letter to the IRS asking them not to do so. Friday afternoon, the IRS sent out a statement saying, quote, "The IRS understands the concerns of Maine residents and assures taxpayers that their state payments to lower the cost of winter energy payments and bills are not taxable under federal law. The IRS says it has communicated this to the state officials and eliminate any confusion." The Hannaford in Rockland is recalling Hannaford brand cubed beefsteak that was purchased at the store on Thursday, December 14th, with a sell-by date of December 18th. Customers are being asked to check their storage and freezer areas for the product, and if it's found, not to eat it because it may contain foreign material. On your screen now is further information about the recalled product. According to Hannaford representative, this recall advisory only applies to the Rockland store and no injuries or illnesses have been reported. The product or its packaging may be returned to the Rockland store for a full refund. Coming up on ABC 7 News at noon, the Brewer Police Department is helping to make Christmas merrier for kids. We'll tell you all about it when we return.
At Living Innovations, we build community. You can be a part of it. We put supporting people first, and that builds a caring community within our workforce and for the people we serve. Living Innovations supports people with disabilities and has flexible work opportunities available. You could become a shared living provider and work from home, or help support people to be active in the community. To learn more, visit livinginnovations.com and check out our employment and home provider opportunities. Become a part of Living Innovations and be part of a community with a purpose.
Feeling sluggish or weighed down could be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. But a little Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil psyllium fiber, gels to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down, and also helps lower cholesterol and slows sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. So you can feel lighter and more energetic. Lighten every day the Metamucil way. And for a delicious way to promote digestive health, try Metamucil Fiber Thins.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
Remember the one who was sent to you this day. Merry Christmas from Ideal Recycling. Season's greetings from Saliba's Rug Cleaners, specializing in rug cleaning and repair for more than 60 years. New England Bible College and Seminary wishes you the blessings of the love and light found in Jesus this Christmas.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
If you stopped by Walmart in Brewer Saturday, you might have seen a police cruiser parked out front, and if you look closer, you might have seen that it was filled with toys. Doug Banks tells us why.
You're welcome. It's a tradition the Brewer Police Department is proud to uphold. Every year around this time, officers park a cruiser and open their doors.
Oh. Hold on. Kayla's packing job here.
I didn't realize we were going to get this much.
Accepting donations from some caring Walmart patrons.
People have been very generous today. We've had a couple of people come by and, donate an entire cart full of toys.
From a fire station playhouse to stuffed animals, popular holiday toys, and a life-size version of a fan favorite Star Wars character. This year, they partnered with a new organization to help officers drive away with a cruiser full of toys.
This is the first time we've done it with this organization. We've done it with different ones in the past. Of course, COVID put a damper on some of that, but this particular organization is the Marine Corps Toys for Tots program.
From a drop box inside to a cruiser stacked to the brim, Brewer PD is doing their part to make sure local kids have smiles on their faces this Christmas.
This is just another way to show how much our community cares about others here. People here tend to be very generous. Sometimes folks are struggling this time of year, and this allows a kid to have a toy under the tree.
In Brewer, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Cross Point Church off Broadway in Bangor was home to a Christmas donation drive Saturday. Community members were welcome to bring items such as toys, winter clothing, and household supplies. The event was hosted by the nonprofit Shepherd's God Home and State Representative Austin Terrio, who brought his pull truck for people to see.
I think it's really important for an organization like ours because we don't take any state or federal funding. So this type of an event helps us greatly, and it helps us not only help the women that are currently we're serving, but the women who have graduated and moved on from our program, who are out in the community, that are trying to support themselves and their children, who've successfully gotten into the community, who are working and raising their children on their own. And this is a great way for us to help them provide for their children too for Christmas.
The Shepherd's Godparent Home provides services for pregnant or parenting women such as medical care, case management, counseling, and much more. To learn more about the group, visit this story on our website, foxbangor.com. A group of Old Town students now offer a free thrift store for both students and staff members. It focuses on an important matter. Our Matthew Jaroncic has the story.
If you make your way to the second floor of Old Town High School, you may stumble across a thrift store set up by Jobs for Maine graduate students.
Ooh, pink is my favorite color!
Its goal, to make sure all staff and students can have the clothing they need.
Here we have available a bunch of different things, shirts, pants, shoes, socks. We have it here available for students to have access to in a non-judgment way.
While this clothing is free to members of the school, it's also a way to end the stigma of asking for help.
I think it's really important that students have a place to come to get necessities like clothing. It can be very embarrassing to ask for help.
As scary as this could be, JMG students admit they've used this for themselves.
Actually, a few weeks ago, I got a shirt from him.
More importantly, Hildred says she hopes this thrift shop inspires her students.
There are so many careers that exist out there that are revolved around helping the general public, and so this is a way for my students to kind of dip their feet into those types of projects.
The thrift shop is open to the Old Town High School community every Thursday and Friday for the whole day. In Old Town, Matthew Jaroncic, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
After the break, any parent knows that kids put a lot of things in their mouths, and that can lead to big problems. We'll be right back.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
Christmas, it's not your birthday, but it's better than nothing. Season's greetings from the Green Bear 420 crew. P.S. Happy birthday, big guy. Happy holidays from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnaces, replacement gas or oil. Happy holidays from Coach House Restaurant. Homemade meals, homemade desserts, now serving pizza, eat in or take out. Wilson Street in Brewer.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
escape to tranquility at the Mill Cafe in Dover Foxcroft, where every sip comes with a view. Enjoy fresh brews and delectable bites right on the water's edge. Your oasis awaits.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half-off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, your local, affordable destination. We want to provide you with the best experience we can without costing a small fortune. Our ever-popular 9-hole blacklight mini golf course is a huge attraction. Plus, we have the best arcade video games to choose from, including both modern and retro games. We have weeknight specials consisting of... We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
COVID-19 is still a major health concern. It hasn't gone away, and new cases are on the rise. Everyone aged 6 months and older should be vaccinated against COVID. People with high blood pressure, asthma, heart disease, and diabetes, who are overweight and who are older, are at a higher risk of getting very sick from COVID. Get vaccinated. Don't risk your health. Visit hometownhealthcenter.org for more information.
The latest now on the race for the White House. Former President Trump is drawing fire for comments over the weekend attacking immigrants and quoting Vladimir Putin with approval. ABC's Rachel Scott has more.
On the campaign trail, former President Donald Trump is drawing big crowds in his swing through early voting states, but coming under fire for these anti-immigrant comments he made in New Hampshire this weekend.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done.
That language echoes white supremacists and was used by Adolf Hitler in his autobiographical manifesto, Mein Kampf, where Hitler criticized mixing races, calling it, quote, blood poisoning. Trump has repeatedly used the phrase.
He's disgusting. And what he's doing is dog whistling to Americans who feel absolutely under stress and strain from the economy and from the conflicts around the world. And he's dog whistling it to blame it on people from areas that don't look like us.
If elected, Trump promised to carry out mass deportations, deputizing the National Guard to arrest undocumented immigrants.
I will terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration, stop the invasion of our southern border, and begin the largest domestic deportation operation in American history.
On the campaign trail, the former president also praising dictators, at one point invoking Russian President Vladimir Putin, using quotes from a top U.S. adversary to attack President Biden.
Vladimir Putin, has anybody ever heard of Vladimir Putin? Of Russia, says that Biden's, and this is a quote, politically motivated persecution of his political rival is very good for Russia because it shows the rottenness of the American political system.
The Biden campaign responding with a blistering statement, writing Trump parroted Adolf Hitler, praised Kim Jong-un, and quoted Vladimir Putin while running for president on a promise to rule as a dictator and threaten American democracy. And Trump's own words turning off some Republican voters.
He takes things to the extremes, and this is part of the drama we're trying to get away from. There's no reason for it.
But the former president is still the far and away frontrunner, ahead of his Republican rivals by 50 points.
He's not afraid to hurt people's feelings, and there's nothing wrong with that. People really need to toughen up a little bit.
Trump, of course, has pleaded not guilty to 91 criminal charges. He will certainly have a lot to juggle between the legal calendar and the primary calendar. Our friends over at 538 pulled the historical data and found that no presidential candidate has ever been this far ahead in the national polls and gone on to lose the nomination. Rachel Scott, ABC News, Washington.
Young children tend to put things in their mouths that don't belong there. Experts are warning that this can sometimes lead to serious harm for kids. With more, here's ABC's Liz Landers.
Every year, roughly 50,000 children need to go to the hospital for swallowing something potentially dangerous. Opioids are currently the most common substance contributing to fatal poisonings in children 5 and under. The American Academy of Pediatrics is sharing tips on how to prevent poisoning in young children. You should store all medications in a cupboard, out of reach and out of sight, and keep medications in the original containers, as these have child safety caps. Always lean over the counter or sink when opening medications around children to avoid spills. And if a spill does occur, vacuum and sweep the area to ensure nothing is missing. If there are controlled substances in the house, consider storing these in a lockbox. But it is important to remember that medications other than controlled substances can also be harmful to children. For more tips on how to keep your child safe, be sure to speak to your child's pediatrician. With this Medical Minute, I'm Liz Landers.
When we return, Devin Biggs has your 5-day forecast.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our stable lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
People ask me all the time, are those commercials really true? Does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. We really have gotten millions of dollars for Mainers hurt by commercial vehicles. And the insurance companies know when you call the twos, we're going to fight for you. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions, and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
A group of children in western Michigan built a beautiful doghouse to be raffled off. All of the money that they raised went to the Taylor Animal Shelter. Here's a look at the results of their hard work. And the floor of the doghouse is insulated with R10 foam board, and the seams are completely caulked to help seal the wood. It's all been painted with high quality exterior paint and finished with shingles and even a roof for the water, food bowls too. Materials cost hundreds of dollars. They also had a hot cocoa stand to sell beverages to raise even more money. Santa looks a little different this year for kids affected by the fire in Maui. A toy drive is granting kids wishes and giving them free gifts before Christmas. Rolls and rolls of gift wrap and thousands of toys wrapped and handed with aloha. A toy drive in Ma'alei is keeping the Christmas holiday bright for families struggling months after the fire. About 1,300 families signed up to receive their gifts, getting their pick from thousands of donations. For some, it's a moment of peace and joy as their families continue to rebuild from the fires. According to event organizers, over 2,000 toys were donated for the event, and any that haven't been received by the families will be given back to the community at a distribution center. And runners in France are spreading the holiday cheer while they race. Thousands of runners dressed up as Santa for a running event near Paris Sunday. Participants ran more than 6 miles in colorful attire. Children also took part in the event. Their race was less than a mile. The race was introduced in 1977 and attracts thousands each year. Now let's check your full forecast with Devin Biggs and find out when this rain will finally end.
Today's full weather forecast is brought to you by Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by Healing Hands Massage today. You'll thank yourself later. Lots of active weather going on, plenty of advisories. We have flood alerts being indicated right about in here, though, with many other types being issued. We have wind alerts that are posted as well, and also some storm alerts along the coast, so storm warnings up because of the surf. We also have coastal flood warnings till 5 p.m. and flood watches on land until about 4 a.m. for your Tuesday, and high wind warnings and wind advisories up at least until 1 a.m. Tuesday as well. So plenty of active weather to go around. So please exercise caution if you're traveling across the state. Wave heights continue to increase at around 10 to 12 feet so far, according to the buoys. Expect those to get worse as we move forward with this area low pressure tracking off towards the north and east, bringing plenty of rainfall with it too, and it's filling in as well. No lightning with it, thankfully, though, but we do have plenty of rain and those gusty winds that are reaching up to around 60 miles per hour at times, and they will reach there today, so make sure you're ready for that with a system located right about in here, tracking from the southwest and going to the north and east, so we'll keep that going as we do move forward today. So futurecast moving forward, though, again, the rain and the wind will continue, though. The isobars being stacked, indicating the gusty winds that will be moving through today. The rain starts to back off later on tonight. We'll hold on to the wind for a bit. Maybe a few showers possible as we head towards Tuesday. That won't be a big deal. Other spots may see some sunshine before we're all finished up as well. So overall, not too bad. But once you head towards Tuesday night, looking a lot better with a mostly clear to maybe partly cloudy sky in a few spots. Additional rainfall looks like this. Maybe another 1 to 2 inches of rain before we're all finished up. So we have plenty of rain to watch out for still. That's why flood alerts are currently posted, and be careful with that too. Along with the screaming gusty winds reaching up to around 50 to even 60 miles per hour at times. We have to wait until later on tonight and the parts of tomorrow for the winds to back off a little bit to more reasonable levels, but still some gusts up to 20 to 30 miles per hour cannot be ruled out, at least for a few spots. As our average high temperature is 34 degrees, upper 50s today, upper 40s Tuesday. We're back in the 30s Wednesday all the way through Saturday, even into Sunday coming up as well. Forecast coming up for today, upper 50s, rain and wind. The rain will be heavy at times with a southeast wind. That's not a typo, getting up to around 60 miles per hour at times. By tonight, lower 40s, rain and wind will be calming down a little bit late, with that south wind getting up to around 40 miles per hour. For tomorrow, upper 40s, partly cloudy, maybe a few rain showers on the way. We'll have that south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Healing Hands Massage extended forecast for partly cloudy Wednesday and also for the day on Thursday, with highs in the middle to upper 30s, so cooling off a bit then. Lower 30s expected for Friday with a mostly sunny sky.
Thank you, Devin. Listening to that wind outside of our studio, and it is wild out there right now. That's all for ABC 7 News at noon. Thanks for watching. I'm Susan Farley. We'll see you this evening with Peter Dubois and Beth Jones on ABC 7 News at 6. Have a great afternoon and stay safe out there.